Paddy can get us going, if that's all right.
Yeah, no worries. Liam, just give us your overall assessment to start if you can.
Where do you begin? Frustrating. It does feel on us again. It's very similar to what we said at Millwall in terms of shooting ourselves in the foot a little bit. I thought, when you look at the type of goal we conceded, the way we turned it over, it's frustrating. I thought first half, I thought they probably shaded it in the first 5-10, and I thought we actually, from sort of 15 onwards, kind of got a control in the game. I thought we started to press a bit better. I thought we started to, get a bit of control with the ball, much more so than we have done recently. And again, I'd probably say lacked a little bit of quality in attacking areas. We had a couple of decent chances, I thought, of crosses, and then a few warning signs just before the goals for me in terms of just cheap turnovers, just unforced errors, which you forget about systems and shapes and structures. If you give the ball away so cheaply at this level, you're naturally going to be defending the goal very quick. And within 5 minutes we've killed ourselves, and you give yourself a bigger mountain to climb second half.
As you say, a lot of positives, particularly after that first 5-10 minutes, but the manner of those two goals, and also as well, without naming them, there's one or two of them, maybe the younger lad, the newer lads who've come in the summer from maybe overseas. Is that just another message about the intensity and the speed and the tempo in the Championship in terms of those turnover situations?
Yeah, and I wouldn't just put it on as you said, new lads. I think it's the collective. I think everybody. I think that's the problem when you go through the group. There's 6, 7 that turn it over too cheaply too often. I think if I do it once or twice and then the guy next to me does, all of a sudden you're at 8, 10, really basic turnovers, which at this level you can't do. You won't talk about being tough last week, defending the box set pieces. We had to show a different type of toughness today, which was taking real care of doing the little simple things with the ball well, and we weren't good enough at that, and that's ultimately what cost us.
At half time, in terms of a messaging to the players, but you didn't make any changes. Was that, as silly as it might sound, you go in 2 down, but a lot of the elements you liked in that first half in terms of sending the players out again?
Yeah, that and looking for a response, I think. I think in terms of, and to be fair, I thought we started the second half on the front foot. Ante showed a bit more purpose second half to try and engage higher up, and it was. I think it was that for me, trying to see a response. And as frustrated as I am, I know what it will look like when I watch the game back. I think in terms of lots of things that are heading in the right direction, but not the result to go with it. And that like I said, it's on us. We have to learn quickly. We have to, drive a higher standard in training again and keep pushing to make sure that our high level basics are habit for us. That's the bit that we have to really push.
Just for your thoughts on the Jacob Wright thing, have you managed to see it back at all, or what did you think in real time, the red card?
I haven't seen it back, but ultimately it gives the referee an opportunity to make that decision. So I'll have to look at it back. I haven't seen it, but yeah.
And as it turned out, Kenny McLean, maybe outside the group, a little surprised to see him on the bench, but he was needed, and obviously came on and he put the assist through for Sarge. But that could be better time, could it, having him back in the group, given that Jacob's going to be out now and Nacho's injured for a period?
Yeah, definitely. Delighted to have him back, and credit to him, he's pushed for that as well. Credit to the medical staff as well for the support in that. I think we also have to be a little bit careful with him. I think, in terms of when you look at the off-season and not doing a pre-season and getting back to training extremely quickly, we have to be sensible. We have to be realistic with it as well. I think, and you see what he brings second half. I think in terms of crying out for someone that with that composure, that quality, such high level basics. I think he showed that, and the moment for the goal kind of epitomises what he's about.
I appreciate it's just after the game now, but that looked quite a nasty situation there with Jack Stacy. Just give us an update on him.
Yeah, he just landed his head as he landed. So yeah, he's going through obviously all the protocols in there, and I spoke to him briefly. So he'll get the best care, get looked after, and again, reminder first and foremost, his well-being is more important than anything.
Yeah, I mean, was there any concussion element there when he hit the deck? Or?
Possibly, yeah. They'll go through the proper protocols now to find out that.
And obviously, you zoom out, and you've explained it there. You think maybe self-inflicted today, but is it on a broader level? You've talked about it, certainly in the early part of this process. There'll be good days, there'll be bad days. It was good and bad about today, and it's just coming through that and growing as a group.
Definitely that, and that's where I think what was pleasing second half. We fought to the end. I think that it should be non-negotiable, but you don't always see that with groups. I think you can quite easily concede possession, just end up soaking up loads of pressure. But I thought we still showed some bravery and quality with the ball, which I think that's the big bit. It's easy to do because there's less pressure. We're a man down. I think it's when the pressure's there and the game's in an even state, how do we make sure then that we step up and kind of take responsibility and own our level then? And that was a bit, I thought, people coming on had real good impact. I thought Papa was excellent. I thought, Matthias coming on showed really high level moments and what he's about, as did Kenny. So I thought, people coming on, and that's what we got in the group. We got competition. So I think in terms of when you look at it, if people aren't quite delivering at the level, then there's someone else that's ready to take their place, and that for me is what we need in the squad. Thank you.